Welcome guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're at Maple Hill Cemetery in Medina, Ohio, and we're going to check it out. It's some here, a few over there, and it goes back over there, but that's the newer part, I think, and we're going to check it out. But anyways, we'll see what we got here. I don't know how new it is or anything about it. I just happened to see it on my way to going to the place I was going, so I figured I'd stop. Here's Frank Phillips. He died in 1954. All right. Don't look like it's a real old cemetery, but we'll see. Here's Ida Dickinson, 1870 to 1939, and Ernest D., 1871 to 1955. I don't know if we're going to be able to read these or not, guys. They're a Dickinson, but I don't know anything else about it. Can't really tell much about that one. Let's see if we can see anything in this one. No, there you can't see nothing on that one. Oh well, we'll move on. There's a broken off one. Ain't able to see nothing on it. Alright. There might be a few old ones in here. There's some stones that's a little older. We'll see. Here's Nancy. She's the wife of W.M. Dunlap. She died on October the 15th. 18, looks like 51 or 54 on that one. Then we got a broken one laying on the ground. Right here, it's going to be 1851 too. It's right there. It's going to be a Mary. Looks like Mary Minor on that one. Alright. Then we have maybe a Jacob Nestle. He died in December the 16th, I want to say 51, because that looks like a 5 and that's a 1. So I want to say 1851 on him. Now I don't know who this one is, but they died in 1851 too. It's either 51 or 31, and it's April the 18th. But I don't know the name. Can't tell the name on that one. Then you have Florence Goldsmith, 1896 to 1906 on this one. All right, let's see who's down in these two down here. These are about to fall off the hill. They buried them off the bank. Wow. Can't see that one. And you can't really see that one. Yeah, they're buried back that way, so they're falling off the hill. They're in the corner of that bank right there, buried. Man, that's a rough spot. They got a lot of yucca plants here at this place too. It's all through the cemetery. So I don't know how well we're going to be able to see these. This one's going to be in 1874 to 1949. And I can't tell the name. Frank, I think. Frank Dickinson. Then you got Emily, 1876 to 1933. I ain't reaching my hand in that much because you get on a snake. Then we have Wackerman, Francis Wackerman, August 27th, 1871 to September the 10th, 1957. Then you got George, June the 13th, 1857 to August 21st, 1931. Then we have somebody's buried down there at that stone, but you can't tell who. And there's thorn bushes in them, whatever them are jabby. They got thorns on them. Here's another one, broken off. Can't tell much about it either. There is another one right here beside it's another one. There's probably some old ones, but they're broke off and you can't tell. So we move on. This one you're not going to be able to read. They use a lot of that concrete type stones, or whatever these are, and you can't see them. All right, here we got Oprah or Impram or something, I don't know. The wife of E.J. Nostrell died April the 13th, 1891 at the age of 23 years and 3 months. They had an infant daughter of E.J. and O.J. Died April the 27th, 1891 at the age of 21 days. On that stone right there, guys. All right. Then we have, we done them. So I guess we're gonna bounce in here. All right. This is a Ruth, and she died in 1860. That's all I can tell about it. Here's our next one. It's got some kind of vine trying to take it over. It's Elizabeth. She's the wife of J. Barnes, born August the 1st, 1808, and died April the 24th, 1884, on this side right here. And I don't know if she's the only one on that stone or what. I'm going to try to get around here and see. Yeah, she's the only one that's on that stone. All right. Then we have John Barner, or something like that. May the 21st, 1808, and he died January the 15th, 1880. Then we have, these yucca plants are horrible. Well, that says mother, but I can't find out anything else in that mess up there. It's a bunch of yucca plants, bad. Anyways, we got Levi Lynn, 1826 to 1906. Mary, his wife, 1827 to 1911 on that stone. And I'm sure he's got a date on this down here, but you can't tell because it's in this mess of plants. All right. So we'll move on. We got Stein, Daisy Stein, October the 2nd, 1878 to August 13th, 1913. Then we got John W., March 30th, 1881 to September 26th, 1951. I do apologize about the noise of the traffic. We're next to the road. I apologize about the shaking, and I apologize about the wind. Nothing I can do about none of them, but I do apologize. There's Dorothy Ellen, the daughter of Lawrence and Thelma Stein, February the 16th, 1939 to July the 13th, 1941. Next is going to be a Stein. It's going to be Lawrence Stein, 1905 to 1952, and Thelma, 1908 to 1989. Then we have Robert L. Stein. That's a good looking stone right there. February the 17th, 1937 to October the 3rd, 2016. He was a loving husband, father, and a grandfather. All right. Next we have Stephen. He was in the Revolutionary War. There he is. But I think he's got a main stone right here we're going to look at. That's going to be this one right here. It's going to be Stephen. He was born May the 10th, 1836, and he died March the 6th, 1917. Then Jane Kempmer, born January the 9th, 1844, and she died November the 6th, 1915. Now on this big old stone right here, guys. All right. Then we got Iffy D. Schuler, 1872 to 1953. We got John Schuler, February 22nd, 1930. All right. Then we have Kathleen Myers. She's the wife of W.M. Myers, September the 11th, 1839 to October the 6th, 1906. He's not even listed there. All right. Then we have minor. We have George H. 1841 to 1915, and Mary, 1838 to 1919. On that stone right there, guys. All right. Looks like a lot of them just been knocked off. They're not broke, they're just knocked off. Here's this one. It's going to be Lester or something like that. Vester or Lester, something like that. Anyways, they died in 1869. Looks like maybe 6 years or something like that. It's a child. The stone's knocked up, just dumped out of its thing. And here's another one just flipped off of its little stone. Can't tell much about it because it's laying into the dirt. It's an infant, I believe, on that one. All right. Here's the next one right here. You ain't gonna be able to read it. A lot of these you ain't gonna be able to read because they're next to the road. That's salt from the road, I guess. This one here, they lived to 61 years old. That's all I can tell on that one. Then you got Angeline, and looks like she died in 1858 down there in about the middle of it. We're above, right above where it died. The corner there, you can see it, 1850 something. Might even be 51. Right here. That looks like a 5 and that looks like a 1, so might be 51, I'm not sure. Not sure. Then we got David A. Frank, 1849 to 1893, and Sarah Lynn, his wife, 1852 to 1940 on this stone. Ain't a bad looking stone right there. Now there's another one. Gonna have a hard time reading. You might be able to see it on the phone, but I can't see it and just looking at it. There it is. And this one here, I don't even know if you can read it. No, you can't read that one nowhere. This one's recently flipped. Looks like this one's recently flipped. It's gonna be Barbara. She's the wife of John Stein, and she died looks like January the 30th, 1853 on that stone. Right there. And we have another couple of busted ones. They died in 1860 something there, but I can't tell what. And we got this one. And this is 11-year-old. 11-year-old, 5 months and 21 days. But I can't tell when they died on this one. All right. Then we got Jacob Zinner. He died July the 5th, 1881. 76 years, 4 months and 2 days on this one. Then on this side, it's Mary. She's the wife of Jacob Zimmer, or whatever, Zinnemer. And she died April the 2nd, 1887. She was 79 years, 7 months, and 14 days on that stone. All right. Next we got Henry here. And it looks like Mr. Henry maybe died in 1882, maybe June the 12th, I think it says. I'm not sure, I can't see it hardly. And then somebody else died below him or something. I don't know, I can't see it because of the glare, but there it is, guys. Maybe you can see it on the camera, but I can't see it. All right. I can this side. It's Catherine. It's the wife of Henry Zinner. And she died July the 7th, 1887, and she was 76 years, 5 months, and 9 days on this stone right here, guys. All right. Next we have James, I think, is the name. But I can't make the last name out on this. It's because of the glare. But I think he died in 1910, April the 14th, 1910. He was 89 years, 11 months, and 1 day, I believe, on that big old stone right there. And that looks like the biggest stone in the cemetery. Then we have their daughters and their 2 sons, infant children of J and F and C McCoy. That's what it says. Then it's Caroline, the wife of James F. McCoy. She died August the 23rd, 1884 at the age of 55 years and 16 days. This is a cool stone. I like the way they've done the writing on this one too. And it's pretty deep. I mean, it'll be around for a while. The stone needs a good cleaning, but overall it's held up pretty good. All right. We done that one, so we're over to this row. Then we got Zinner, Jacob, 1842 to 1916, and Elizabeth, his wife, 1849 to 1928. Then we got Tillman, Zinner, September the 18th, 1839 to March 28th, 1915 or 16, I'm not sure what that is. And Esther, the wife of Tillman, Zinner, she died August the 10th, 1896. She was 55 years, 7 months, and 1 day. They're the only ones on this stone. And they are. All right, guys. Then we got Mary Britton, 1884 to 19. We got Harriet Britton, 1852 to 1912. We got James E. Britton, 1851 to 1906. We got Florella Britton, 1828 to 1897. And we got Bertha Britton, 1874 to 1894 on that stone right there, guys. All right. This next stone's leaning pretty bad, and it won't be long and it'll be flipped over. It's already sinking down in the grave real pretty good, and in the hole, as you can tell there. But it's going to be Sheen Lowe. He died February 22nd, 1894 at the age of 91 years, 2 months, and 28 days. Margaret Lowe died November the 7th, 1897. She was 84 years, 2 months, and 12 days on that stone right there, guys. All right, here's our next one. And I'm not going to be able to see it to read it because of the glare. Hopefully you can see it on the camera, but I can't see it. It's a nice sized stone. You just can't see it because of the glare of the sun. So, see if there's anybody else on there. I can't see this side. This is Hester, the wife of Robert Manning. Died July the 1st, 1881 at 90 years and 20 days. And that's all that's on that stone right there, guys. Next we have Austin H. Minor, April the 21st, 1871 to February 23rd, 1902. Then we have Sarah Ella Hance, June the 7th, 1865 to July the 1st, 1951. We have Peter Hance, 1856 to 1925. And we have Mary Ann Crover, December the 25th, 1854 to December the 31st, 1932. All on them stones right there, guys. Our next one's going to be a veteran, Civil War. It's going to be James, 1831 to 1910, and Sarah Jane Lawson, his wife, 1839 to 1919, and their last name is Tinsler. All right. Then we have Lucy Ellen Tinsler, 1865 to 1935. Then we have William Tinsler, 1870 to 1955, and Francis, 1876 to 1966. All right. Next we have Hummel Leonard, 1879 to 1946, and Bertha May, 1878 to 1957. Then we have, I have no earthly idea on this stone. There it is. All right. Wow, this one sunk down so much it took the whole base with it. The whole bottom of the base is sunk in the mud the whole way down so far. That one's going straight down into the ground. That is crazy. Anyways, we have Ernest, the son of W.C. and J.N.A. Williams. He died October the 30th, 1881. He was 18 years, 5 months, and 28 days. An infant son died November the 26th, 1865. On that stone as well. Then we have Mother Jessie Lowe Williams, 1838 to 1921. And then we have Mother Jessie Lowe Williams, 1838 to 1921. So it's on two sides of the stone. That thing is sunk a good 8 inches or more straight down into the dirt already. That whole stone is sinking down into the grave. That is crazy. It's pretty wet here, but I wouldn't think it was that wet. That's crazy. Here, the next one's Lowe. It's going to be John B., 1840 to 1903. It's going to be Piana, 1847 to 1917, and I don't have any idea on the last name, 1879 to 1892. This one's doing the same thing, but it's just sinking in the back more. This is James Lowe, July the 1st, 1842 to June the 26th, 1918. His wife, Cynthia C. Henley, March the 3rd, 1847 to December the 7th, 1922 on this stone right here, guys. Let's see and make sure no one's on the other side of it. There is not. Alrighty, so we just move on. Next we have, I have no idea, I can't see it. But there it is, guys. I can't see this one at all. And to show you is what I'm talking about, the yucca plants. See all them yucca plants around all them graves? This is like yucca cemetery or something. They're even here. All right, this is Lydia Frank Fitzer, 1852 to 1928 on that one. Then we have David Frank, December the 26th, 1814 to April the 18th, 1900. Elizabeth Frank, November the 14th, 1815 to September the 25th, 1910. Then we have Mary Jane Howman, 1853 to 1916 on this stone. Then we have another one of them, I have no idea stones right here. I'm just going to start calling them the I have no idea stones because I don't know what else to call them. All right, guys. Next we have Miller. We have Catherine, 1897 to 1933, and Philip, 1894 to 1966, and Henry, 1915 to 1935 on that stone right there, guys. This one's sliding right off its base. See how it's way over here and it's slid to the front and the corner of it's falling off? That's a big stone. Once that one falls, it'll probably never be picked back up. Their last name is Lance. Beautiful stone. It's Clement, 1892 to 1952, and Orlo, 1865 to 1951, and Jesse, 1867 to 1936. Yeah, it's a shame too, because that's a beautiful stone. You can tell right there it's sliding right off. You look up through there. It's a shame. Here's Edna Lowe Scotch, 1888 to 1964. That's a pretty stone right there. That's a nice looking. All right, here's our next one. It's low again. It's going to be Alexandra, 1849 to 1932, and Margaret, I mean, 1853 to 1932. Then Arthur, you got Arthur L. Lowe, 1878 to 1936. That's another beautiful stone, and it's sliding off its base as well. If you can look right there in the corner. All right. Oh wow, this is a pretty one. It's going to be Lee. It's going to be Mary Jane Williams Lee, 1869 to 1963, and John William, 1866 to 1933. That's a pretty stone right there. That's a nice looking stone. This one's sliding off here too, Whitmore. It's going to be George Whitmore, 1856 to 1941, and Asnat, 1860 to 1930 on her. Then we have Haida May Whitmore, June the 2nd, 1918 to March 15th, 1926. Then we have Bessie Mae Whitmore, 1897 to 1976, and Paul, 1896 to 1979. Our next one's a veteran. It's going to be Donald W. Whitmore. He was a Tech 4 in the U.S. Army, World War II, 1919 to 1984. Thank you for your service, sir. All right. Next we have Oliver Hummel, 1854 to 1935, and Mary A. Lynn, his wife, 1860 to 1940. All right. Then we have Samuel Stoner, or something like that, 1852 to 1929, and marry his wife, 1856 to 1937. Our next one is this one right here, and I have no idea nothing about it. I can't tell nothing about it. I believe the last name's Killer, but that's all I can tell. All right, here's our next one here. I can tell they died in 1879, but that's all I can tell. There's the 18, and there's the 7, and there's the 9, but that's all I can tell on that one, guys. And that's it. Our next one beside it's falling off the base too as well. They died in 18, and it's right here, and you ain't gonna be able to tell because it's gone. These are right here completely gone. You can't even tell nothing about them. Both of these stones are, this stone here is falling right off. They fell off in no time. Might actually be able to see this one. We better go get it. Yeah, we can. This one here, they died, looks like it was 1902 to 1903 on, I'm not sure. There's the name up there if you can see it. I can't see it. There it is. All right. Here we have Kessler. We have Mary Annie, 1856 to 1936. We have Minor coming up. This one's sinking down in the mud too. Ada, 1878 to 1932. And Harvey, 1874 to 1965. Yeah, that one's sinking right down in the mud too. Another one right here is going to flip. This big one right here. It's ready to flip. And the last name's Lance. It's going to be Allen, May the 3rd, 1858 to June the 23rd, 1914. And Carrie, his wife, May the 23rd, 1864 to September the 5th, 1956 on that stone right there, guys. Good looking stone, but it's gonna flip too. This one's flipping right behind it. It's gonna be Melissa, 1868 to 1913, and it's sinking down and it's gonna flip too. There's 3 in a row right there's going to. All right, here's our next ones. We got Ronald Glenn Rabjohn, August 26, 1935 to December the 2nd, 1939. Then we have Fortney. We have, I'm not sure what his name is, 1865 to 1952, and Emma, 1863 to 1944. Then we have Dooley, or I don't know. Ernest, 1874 to 1939, and Elizabeth, 1869 to 1946. Oh, this one's got a pretty one tulip. It's Daniel Langinger, 1868 to 1942, and Cora, his wife, 1875 to 1954. Then we have Wackerman, Clarence Wackerman, 1899 to 1939, and Nellie, 1900 to 1972 on that stone up there, guys. Then they switch over turns on me. Then we have Willie Neal Calger, 1898 to 1990. We have Leon Zerkman, 1930 to 1945. We have Zamakin, or something like that, Carrie, 1905 to 1985. Joseph, 1897 to 1964. Then we have James E.